Does it look beautiful? Is it picturesque? Hell no. But it doesn't need to be. It just needs to friggin' work, you know? I'm making do with what we got. Hello there. How the heck are you? A couple of years ago, me and the better half came together, had a conversation on. We said essentially, we don't want to give gifts to each other that are meaningless little trinkets, you know, stuff that's, you know, good intent, but not useful, right? And part of the reason for this is we've been trying to do the homesteading thing, right? The country living thing now for quite a while. It takes a lot of stuff to do that, right? It takes a lot of tooling, it takes a lot of knowledge. This comes from book of books and, you know, classes and things like that. So our goal as a couple has shifted over the last few years to giving gifts that are useful and meaningful and thoughtful, right? So it's made the challenge a lot harder. Today I'm going to be building a gift for the better half. What I have in mind for her is actually very useful, and it's kind of a safety item. It's going to be a hand-built tool that she will use literally every day for about half the year. But first, I've got to build a thing to build the gift. As is often the case around the property here, because the infrastructure is non-existent, I have to build the infrastructure to build the thing that I'm trying to build in the first place. So through the magic of editing, this area looks a lot bigger than it actually is. It's not very large, but I do want to put some kind of bench, a workbench, right across here. I'm probably going to use this old piece of crap 2x6s that are nailed together. I'm going to span them across here, and then I've got some rough cut left over from a sawmill project that I can nail down to that and then tie it into these posts. Editing, it looks like there's a lot of room here, but it's really not. I guess I'm a larger than average bear sort of fella, but the point is it's not a lot of room. I'm making do with what we got. Alrighty, for the sake of brevity and redneckisms, I am going to grab a friggin' tape measure here. Oh, look at that cute little friggin' 16 footer. I think I found that one. Yeah, that's the one I found. It's got a rusty old friggin' clip on there. All right, so let's get a rough guesstimation of what we like here. I'm gonna have a vise on here, something I got from Fire Creek Forge. I actually still own 50 pesos for that vise because I'm a terrible human. I should probably pay him. And every time I think about it, I bring that up and then I never pay him. So, you know, there is that. But I'm gonna go 3 foot, 36 inches. So I'm gonna take the old farm boss here and flatten out these bumps here. You know you're a bona fide redneck if you drink coffee all day and then about, you know, sometime in the afternoon or evening you switch to beer and then you go to bed and you just repeat the cycle. I put my coffee in there so we don't get a bunch of wood chips in there. That'd be a travesty. I used to work with this fella named Travis, and that was one of the running jokes. Anything bad would happen, you just say, oh, that'd be a travesty. He was a North Dakotan, he was. Always tucked kind of funny. All right, so we're gonna whack this off a little bit. Don't try this at home, kids. It's not safe. You don't need a frickin' skill saw, you bunch of sallies. Let's go grab a bubble stick. We'll try to sort of do this correctly. I don't know why. We'll try. Alrighty, try to keep that heat in the old shove there. I looked, I don't have any actual timber locks. So we're just gonna use whatever crappy skews we got laying around. I think we got some 4-inchers left over from a project. So yeah, we'll just use whatever we got because that's just the name of the game around here. We'll guesstimate. That's what we like to do. Somebody's out there shooting, huh? Look at that, we're dang near level. More is better, right? I'm not sure how much those are actually sinking in. Only probably about an inch. So, yeah, I'm sinking them through the 2x6 on the inside here. Alrighty, so now we need to determine how far we want all this to go out. We're gonna go 80 inches. All right, through the power and the ubiquitous witchcraft of editing, I'm back. Got my coffee, got a skill saw, got a pin seal. I think we're ready to whack off some of this rough cut. Fun story about this rough cut stuff here. I milled that out on my Amazon frickin' sawmill, which doesn't sound like much of a feat, but it is considering the fact that that's the first piece I ever cut on that particular mill with that particular saw. That was the 288. That was pre-upgrade, pre-hopping it up, rebuilding it, all that. I just got it. So I've actually had that, I've had that 288 for quite a few years now. The way I'm gonna cut this is not gonna entirely remove the herky-jerky craziness of trying to get the depth set on the sawmill, but it's gonna take out most of it, which is good because, well, it's just good. Frickin' ponderosa pine. That's from a tree I cut down, fellas. That's pretty cool. What I'm gonna do here now is get my placement of where I want this board to live. I want these 2x6s to be roughly in the center line here. So I'm gonna sketch out where my posts are gonna be. I'm just gonna cut an L shape out of here. I know it's not, you know, all purdy and whatnot, but it's functional. This old chunk of rough cut's gonna make a pretty stout table, and we'll just nip that out with the skill saw and see how she fits. I might have to bump a knot here on this post though. Don't try this at home, kids. It's a good way to lose a finger. All right, let's see how we did here, fellas. Oh yeah, that's not bad at all, by golly. That's pretty good, actually. I am gonna take just an eyeball of 45 off of this so no one runs into it. A couple skews in here, all angled and whatnot. Does it look beautiful? Is it picturesque? Hell no. Absolutely not. It's not something to write home about, but it doesn't need to be. It just needs to friggin' work, you know? This right here, fellas, is a lot of ice for this table. Frankly, it's a lot of ice for just about any table. So obviously, if we put it closer to one side, it'll be stronger. For the sake of brevity, I'm probably gonna wait on putting the power in today. I'm probably gonna put an outlet right here, but we only have limited daylight, right? I wanna get going on the better half's gift and not spend all day doing this. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna run an extension cord. So after stinking on it for a minute, I grab one of my little organizers here of nuts and bolts, and I did find 3 bolts that are, you know, they're mismatched and reused. 2 of them are, but they'll work to hold that vise down. You don't need to worry about getting the right size drill bit. Just get something big enough, you know. We'll just throw a Wolt in there, sort of pivot off of that point. Well, fellas, due to the limitation of editing and storage and blah, 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 we've kind of skipped ahead here. This is what I have created for the better half. This was her Christmas gift. This is a very simple, homemade, you know, handmade poker for a fireplace, or in our case, a wood stove. Now, it's nothing to write home about. It's nothing too extra special. The lanyard's just 550 cord, and the handle's just made out of pine. But part of what makes this special is the fact that, well, I made it for her and designed it specifically for her use. Additionally, this wood here, this pine, is from a tree that I cut down, and I milled this wood up. So that's kind of special to her, and I shaped it by hand. As you can see, I'm not much of a woodworker. Pretty much the entire point of this video is to explain or show the process of making something by hand for someone as a gift, right? There's something special about creating something from nothing. Even if it's not the best, even if it's not perfect, maybe store-bought is actually better. That's not the point. The point is putting in the effort to make something from your own brain to give to another human as a gift, and to use what you got on hand to make something meaningful and useful. Additionally, all these friggin' channel members, you're awesome. You're friggin' awesome. This would not be possible without you. You fellas and gals help make this whole shenanigan show friggin' happen. I appreciate you. I really do. And God bless. Merry Christmas. Happy New Year.